A bit. Okay. So, Rupert, how are you doing?
Hello, Joanna. Very well. And you?
Good. I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. How's your new position?
It's starting soon. Just getting into it now.
Okay. Good.
I'm glad you agreed to this meeting.
Yeah.
In the end, because I can understand there might be some feelings of animosity against me getting a job that I know you had your eye on it, and I think given your experience, would have been fair if you got it as well. I'm not going to deny I'm very happy that I got the job, but I can really understand, that if you have any bad feelings toward the company or towards me. So I hope we can clear those, and I really hope we can work together, in the future, because the company really likes Indonesia. I really like Indonesia. I know you do. So we can make something great there, and I just hope we can work together on that. But maybe before we get into any specifics, better to clear the air. And if you want to get anything off your chest, or maybe that's best if we start with that.
I won't deny that it was a surprise for me not to get promoted. I've been working for this company for quite a long time, and I was working with my boss at that moment very closely, and we had like a very good relationship. But it struck me a little bit that I didn't get that job. But well, let's keep on doing the best we can, and then let's see what happens next.
Okay. How do you feel now? Are you, because I've been in such a position before, and I felt more like, fuck this company, pardon my language, fuck everybody, I might quit, I'm gonna do something else. Do you have those like feelings of anger, or are you sort of, do you see yourself that you're still in a situation where you can work together with the team on Indonesia?
No, I'm willing really to work for Indonesia, like the Indonesian market. As I told you, this I've been working closely with the director,
mm-hmm.
and there were like a few goals that we had in mind, and one of those was to enter Indonesia, starting to grow the market over there. So there were a few things that really interest me, and my main goal at the moment would be to continue that legacy that we talked about, and that's basically what I have in mind. So my plan is to continue developing my professional life here at the company.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Basically, is that.
Okay, well, I'd like us to keep working together on Indonesia, and I think your experience is very valuable there. And so, in terms of, because we're now based in Singapore, what were your motivations for getting this job apart from it being a step up? But do you have some more personal goals about being more in Indonesia or something?
Yeah, well, I have a family living there. My wife is there, and my kids also live there. So that was also one of the main reasons that interests me in Indonesia, way more than other regions or other countries in the region.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. So there are a few investments that I've been hearing about, and I think there are a few strategies that you have selected already one strategy,
mm-hmm.
and in my opinion, it would be better if we use a different approach. So I don't know what you think about it. Have you given a thought to that, or?
Yeah, I have, and you basically don't agree with my proposed strategy of an acquisition strategy in Indonesia. I did a lot of research there with the team. I based myself on previous experience as well, in-depth analysis, and I really think that's the way to go. And also given valuations in the country right now, I think that's the way to go. So I don't really, to be honest, in this meeting I don't want to debate the strategy that we've chosen. That's the strategy we're going to go with.
Have you talked to the CEO about this?
Yes.
Because I think there is a meeting like in a few days with him.
Yeah, I've briefed him already before, but yeah, we have the final meeting soon. He seems to be, I mean, he promoted me for a reason. He trusts in me, and I know he values your opinion as well. But I think I'm in a good position to that we can pursue the acquisition strategy. So I really don't want to be honest, use this meeting to discuss that, because I think that has now been already behind us. What I do want to discuss with you is sort of how we go forward implementing that strategy. Because I mean, you might have been, or I know you are, you feel bad about not getting the promotion. I would too. I mean, it just sucks. But we do need someone. I'm going to be probably partly based in Singapore and partly in Jakarta. But we need someone actually on the ground in Jakarta as well. And if you like, we could offer you a role in Jakarta where you're responsible for implementing the strategy on a day-to-day basis, and I will be there like 1 or 2 days a week flying in. So you'll still get to lead the team for most of the time. You'll be more in Jakarta, and we can work together on that, and I can still spend some time here in Singapore.
Okay. How, like, for example, how free will I be, like, to take some decisions over there? Do I have, like, what is the plan for that? Like, am I open to
operational decisions? Yes. Tactical and strategic, you need to check with me. And I'll be present. Well, if I were a team meeting like every week, I'll be present at that as well. But you'll be the guy on the ground. You'll be running it day to day, and you basically report to me.
Although I don't fully agree with this strategy you're implementing, because I have a feeling, and also there were some other companies that tried to use that approach whenever they entered Indonesia, and it didn't work out. Actually, they had to leave the Indonesian market because it was they were losing so much money. But if you believe that this is the way to go, then I'm happy to support you. But I would require like more freedom to make the decisions. I can support the acquisitions based strategy, but yeah, I would require a little bit more freedom to decide on a few key strategic things.
Why?
Because, well, I believe I have the expertise to do everything over there. I know the market, I know the people, I've been working in that area for quite a long time, so I think of the two of us, I'm the expert in that particular country.
Okay, I'm going to be very blunt here with you, Rupert. I agree that you're probably the expert on Indonesia, more than I am, but maybe you're not the expert on success in Indonesia as yet. You know the people, you know the language. I think you would be a great guy operationally there, but you've been running together with one manager. You've been running Indonesia for the past few years, and you've tried your organic approach, and it hasn't brought the growth that we expected. So in terms of strategic choices, no, I'm going to be very blunt there. I'm not comfortable giving you strategic decision-making power. But of course, we will have, apart from the team meetings, we will have one-to-one meetings as well. We can discuss the strategy, but the decision power wouldn't be yours. It would be a role where you're responsible for implementing the strategy, for running the business. I think it'll be a great opportunity for you. I think that's the place you can use your strengths, you can use your knowledge of the market, you will be with your family. But no, I'm not comfortable giving you strategic decision power.
Alright. But then, okay, so if you relocate me from Singapore to Jakarta, then life in Jakarta is way cheaper. So, well, by moving from one city to the other, the company will actually save some money on that. I would actually be comfortable if this extra money that the company is saving can go towards like a bonus. So let's say to increase my salary by 30%. Would that be something we can discuss?
What do you mean?
So I mean, like, since the company will be saving money from, like, instead of renting an apartment for me here in Singapore.
Are they doing that now? Are they paying for your apartment in Singapore?
Yeah, they would. They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually are doing that.
Okay.
So because of this reduction, then I think it would be like a really good motivation for me to increase my salary, and the company won't be hurt.
Okay, I'll tell you what, because you mentioned the word bonus before, right? Because you're speaking of increasing your salary, you mentioned bonus. In terms of increasing salary, we are willing to let you keep your Singapore salary, which, if you consider the purchasing power you'll have in Jakarta, is like it's not double. It's going to be a multiple of what you did purchasing power now. But of course, you're going to go abroad as well, So not all of that is going to be spent in rupiah. However, in terms of savings on your apartment, I am willing to put that aside for a bonus, but it's going to be a performance-driven bonus. I don't want to increase your salary even more than it will already automatically do in purchasing power parity. But I am willing, because I think it would be a good motivation for you also, and to deliver the results that we expect in Indonesia by putting that in a sort of bonus pool. And if you achieve the KPIs, then you get that bonus. Are you happy with that?
Not really. I was actually expecting something more.
How is keeping is how much an apartment, like how much in Singapore? How much does a bread cost in Singapore?
Yeah, the thing is that
no, how much does a bread cost in Singapore?
For the company, it will be much better that I live in Jakarta than in Singapore, because of course the company will save money. So why would it be different for you, like to not accept a raise in my salary so we can even out?
Because in general people who work in Jakarta are paid on Jakarta salaries. We're letting you keep your Singapore salary working in Jakarta. If you don't see that as a major raise, then you're sort of missing basic economics. You should go back to prices of markets. It's purchasing power, man. If you're gonna earn your Singapore salary in Jakarta, you're gonna be making so much money. You're gonna be like one of the richest guys out there. For you to ask for a raise on top of that, I think is a bit of a stretch. But we're willing to do something in that direction, but it would be performance driven. And to be honest, if you don't want to agree to any type of performance driven pay, that makes me a bit uncomfortable as well, because we want to also have the confidence that you are there ready to perform and to hit those targets. You're willing to make a success out of this, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's why I'm still in the company, and that's why I'm really motivated to move to Jakarta to develop that market. But and actually, I'm also supportive on your approach, your strategic approach. So, but I would need to see like a little something extra that pushes me forward, like to motivate me. Because at the end, of course, yes, I will be saving some money from instead of living in Jakarta. In Singapore, I would be living in Jakarta, but at the end, like traveling and everything, all expenses would be still. If I come to Singapore, I would have to spend money in Singapore, not in Jakarta. So the purchasing power in different countries also affect me. So
yeah, but right now most of your spend is in Singapore. By then, most of your spend will be in rupiah. I'm not saying it's for all of it, but the majority will be significantly cheaper. So you keeping your Singapore salary, whichever way you turn it, is a huge raise. It's just a huge raise. So I mean, anything above that, we can only do performance driven.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying, okay, the conditions you're setting for this job is moving to Jakarta, keeping the same salary as in Singapore, and the third one would be I would be able to make some decisions, non-strategic decisions.
Operational level decisions, yes. Tactical and strategic, you would check with me. We'll have our one-on-one and we'll have our team meeting every week. I'll be there 1 to 2 days a week. And we'll give you up to 25% performance bonus of your base salary based on hitting certain targets.
Okay.
And don't make no mistake, I'm judged on similar targets, and a larger part of my salary is also based on those bonuses. So, I mean, we're going to have to work together. This will also help us work together towards the same goals, because we're going to have to hit the same targets in order to get to our bonus. And I don't know about you, but I like getting my bonus.
Same. All right. Well, yeah, I can agree to this decision. I'll make my best to develop the Indonesian market, and so we'll keep in touch.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Rupert.
Thank you. Bye. Uh-oh.
Did it work? Oh, yeah, the thing is still.
Yeah, it is still on.